Welcome to Bam Lamar Wrestling and Red Hot Wrestling. Today we are giving our wish list for 2026. Sia, how are you feeling today and how are you feeling about the year 2026 in terms of wrestling?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good. I have to be optimistic about 2026, considering 2025 was absolutely shit. So we have to be optimistic. So I'm feeling good about 2026. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, let's hope that Triple H and maybe also Tony Khan, you never know. Maybe both of them can actually cook this year.
Well,
Or
that would be a miracle. Like, let's
it
be
would be a
realistic.
miracle if they both
That would be
cook.
a miracle. Let's be realistic.
We just have to hope. But yes, I'm gonna let you start with so we'll go one each. So you'll give one, I'll give one. So you
Okay.
can start with your first thing on your wish list for 2026.
The first thing on my wish list is a shake up draft. Roster's got to change.
Mm,
That's it. I don't know how they do it because I don't want to see a draft because those shows suck. But you can figure it out. You have two GMs. You can easily figure it out. Um, People gotta go in different rosters for me personally.
yeah,
It's too much the same thing of the shit that was 2025. We need something new. We need something different, and we can't have the same shit. People interacting with the same people week in week out.
yeah.
Um, like how long is Priest and Black gonna feud? So that's gotta change. I just need
That's gone on
a
for
shake
6
up
months
of
and it's still
rosters,
going.
the women's division, especially on SmackDown. Just stuff needs to shake up. So that is my first wish. It's
Okay.
also in part with one of my other things
Mm,
that are on my wish list, but for now I'm just gonna say a shake up of the main roster guys gotta go on different rosters and things gotta
okay.
change so people interact with different people. That's my first wish
Okay.
for
That's also
2026.
kind of my not mine, but mine is in the same line where I have more NXT call ups
I
because
have
the
I have
rosters are
that too.
getting the rosters are getting too stale. We're getting too much Drew versus Cody for like so long. It's been happening since what WrestlePalooza, which was like months ago, and it's still happening now at the beginning of 2026. So we need people like Trick Williams, Obafemi, Javon Evans, who is on the show now, but like we need him on one show particularly to kind of shake things up. Same thing with the women's division. That NXT women's division is actually kind of stacked if you like look at the names, and I can see a lot of them going to like a Raw, SmackDown, and just giving it a bit of flavor, especially in that mid card and tag division, where it really needs help.
Yeah, I fully agree with that because it is one of my wish. This is one of the things that are on my wish list. So I'm just gonna elaborate on it. It is for me. It is main roster needs help ASAP. You
Mm,
have help in NXT people that are different, completely different to what you have on the main roster.
yeah,
Different vibe. They add depth, especially that women's division. People like Soruka, Jordan Grace, Blake
exactly.
Monroe, Nita Vi, and then I can name like five people on the men's side that can help both mid card divisions and then elevate to um, tie
Also,
in
some
main.
of them Yeah, also some of them have been there for too long. People like okay, Obafemi's had the NXT Championship twice. He's been there like a bit too long.
Yeah,
Lexus King has been there for far too long. Ricky Saints, I don't think needs to be there. Same thing with Blake Monroe. I feel like they're polished and they're good enough to be on Raw and SmackDown. They didn't really need to be on NXT for like so long.
exactly. They hold them back for so long in NXT. That's another thing. And or they
Yeah,
send them to NXT when they don't need to be. Uh we need fresh something new and Javon Evans,
mm,
people like that are that, especially on the main roster. And it helps, even if you're not gonna have a shakeup or a draft, even just those call ups change a lot and add depth and different
yeah.
characters interacting with each other on the main roster, which I think is important and they need it desperately.
You can even send some main roster talent that's kind of struggling, like they did with Dolph Ziggler. If you do remember when they sent him to NXT and he was NXT champion. Obviously, that
Yeah,
didn't help him in the long run, but it kind of rejuvenated his character just that little bit, you know?
yeah. He needed it. So
Yeah. So,
genuinely,
what's your? Should I give my one, or do you want to give another one on your wish list?
I will go ahead and give another one.
Okay.
Um, this one, ladies and gentlemen, It's been a long time coming. Long time, I mean years. The death of the Judgment Day. Can it happen, please?
Oh my word. How long have the Judgment Day been going? Since 2020,
2,
since Edge turned heel. So that was like 2022.
2022. Yeah, Clash of Paris
2022.
2022 was around the beginning of the iteration of the Dom Priest Rhea
Yeah.
Finn Judgment Day, and this was 4 years, going on 4 years now. It's time. By the way, and they've been running the story of the breakup since 2023.
And
Two
it's
years
still
of
like
will they, won't
we've
they?
had people getting kicked out. We've had sort of betrayals. We've had just bits and pieces. I've heard other people say that the Judgment Day can like continue and like with like new superstars and everything, but like we need
Why?
like this version of the Judgment Day to like end, or just no more Judgment Day at all. Because another
Yeah,
thing with Triple H, right, is that he loves his factions. That
he
man
loves
loves his
fashion.
factions,
He
and
loves his
and like
fashion.
he ends them too late. The Bloodline obviously took a bit of time, but that ended like it took a bit of time, and now you have like the new Bloodline with like Solo and all of these guys.
Yeah,
Like it's
he loves factions, and I think part of it is that they have war games now, so they always want to have something for war games, and they have so many factions. Whichever one's the hottest, they just throw in war games. On the men's side, the
exactly.
women's side, it's inshallah. That doesn't matter. They are no factions, but they just throw something together. But for the men's side, it's
Exactly.
very much which faction is the hottest, which story is the best, and
And now
then
you're just stuck in
throw
this
them in
whole
war
thing of
games.
like, also another thing, which will just segue into my wish list thing. The big four pay-per-views need a bit more respect. Because the big four are the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. WrestleMania kind of gets its due because it's WrestleMania. That's where they make the most money, right? But things like SummerSlam, which I mean, they try to make it 2 nights, but like, do you get the feel that it feels like a SummerSlam? When was the last time something felt like a proper SummerSlam, or like a Survivor Series felt like a proper Survivor Series, like Survivor Series 2016, that type of thing. It,
Yeah,
it feels like they've moved on to like the other smaller pay-per-views instead of focusing on like this one. Maybe it's because of War Games. Because with War Games, it's kind of like, oh no, it's this big structure, but the stories are kind of thrown together. If it wasn't for like that one bloodline
yeah.
match,
Yeah, it's there's not that much care or difference besides Mania and SummerSlam, which are both in stadiums for the most part now. What they do, and they kind of have a big field, so longer card, more matches because of the two
yeah,
nights. Survivor Series, Royal Rumble.
the
Besides the
Rumble,
Royal Rumble match itself, they don't. The stories heading into especially Survivor Series, they use the war games as a gimmick to make it like this extra big thing. But the
yeah,
stories heading into it don't have much more care than Clash in Paris or wherever they have it,
exactly.
um, Bash in Berlin or whatever the case may be, or any other pay per view that's
It's
on.
a one and done.
It's one and done. Um, Especially the women's war games. It's the most thrown, like, in the moment vibes. We just gotta do it for the sake of doing it thing that has no care,
And,
that then has
and they
no
have the
value, no
same
point.
spot every year. You know what that
Yeah,
spot is?
yeah. What?
The ear with the trash can. She goes
Oh
up to
my,
the top, she
oh
gets the
god.
trash can, and then she jumps down. It's the same
Yeah,
spot year in, year out.
you know it's gonna happen. It's either moonsault, crossbody. Yeah, like, oh my gosh, it's so. It's almost like they do it just to see. It's like EO has to be in the match because they have to have the spot as well.
Exactly.
So
Another thing with
they
the
got
Rumble,
they gotta
yeah.
get rid of.
Another thing with the Rumble is that I hope they have surprises. Because last year, what was the surprise? It was speed. Like there's no like, that surprise element. Like previous years we had like obviously people like Edge, which was like a miracle, right? We've had like older wrestlers, newer wrestlers, people getting signed. I thought Penta would have been perfect last year as a surprise entrant in the Rumble, but they kind of rushed it because of Netflix and whatever. But imagine the pop he would have probably got at the Rumble, or like the surprise it would have like got it at the Rumble. That's why I'm saying if Chris Jericho does debut at,
It should be
well,
at the
come
Rumble.
back at the Royal Rumble. They should actually just save it. Same thing with Paige or whoever they're trying to bring in.
But but I also will
You know?
say with the whole surprise element, that's pretty cool. One, I don't even think there is a surprise element now in 2026
Mm.
when you see everything on
It's the
Twitter, but you
hardest thing to
hardly know
do.
what's gonna happen. Yeah, it's the hardest thing to keep it a surprise. Um, but like when you know something's gonna happen, so it's more like people debuting and more returns and stuff because it's very hard to keep a surprise now in 2026. So yeah, to be honest, hot take. I've never been a fan of the Royal Rumble. It's not my favorite. Um,
Yeah, I feel like it's
match.
a
I'm not. I've never been the biggest. I like it, but the whole concept of it for me, it's very first entrance. Entrant comes in, does his shtick, and then it's a bunch of like kicking over there, and then the ring's full until someone comes
mm,
in, clears out a few bodies with these comeback, and then so
yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
why I
I've
kind
never
of like the rumbles with a story. Um, my
Yeah,
favorite
that's why
one,
I like bits and bobs of it last year because speed to me that shit was awesome because Braun Breaker cut
yeah,
him in half. She was awesome and the whole Seth Punk Roman Cena that bit was great, but anything
yeah.
around it, yeah. But
My
that
thing
bit
is, I
was
like when there's a
and
little bit
then
of,
the final
yeah,
three was Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and Cena that were in that. So
yeah. That was something, guys. That was a moment. That was an actual moment from last year.
yeah, that was an idea for sure.
Yeah,
That was an
but
idea.
I also say that things like the was it the 2019 Rumble or the two? No, this was the 2020 Rumble when Drew McIntyre won it. The whole thing was structured
Around
for
Brock.
Brock to start first
Yeah.
and just eliminate everyone. And what I did like about it was that the entrants were kind of tailored to like the feuds that Brock had. You had people like Shelton Benjamin. You had, I mean, MVP, which kind of started the Hurt business.
Yeah.
You had the New Day come out, and then obviously just kind of end or bookend that feud. But also with the New Day, there was Rey Mysterio, and there was Ricochet also that also came in, and then Brock eliminated all of them until it came to Drew McIntyre, who eliminated Brock and then eventually won it. So there was that bit of story
Yeah.
element that kind of goes into it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like if you
Yeah.
put a
And
little
I
bit of
think
thought into it, Rumble can actually cook.
exactly. I think it can cook, and the biggest thing about that was different wasn't the expectation of how it goes. Like that's the EO spot. You know that they're gonna have that spot at War Games. It's the unpredictability, or the more not even unpredictability. It's just different. It's a new idea. You know.
Also, something like, 'cause obviously the Rumble is also kind of, it should be something that Triple H is actually very good with, because it's built on like the smaller moments or like the bigger moments also. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You're
and
right.
he's
He's missed the
he's
moments.
he's
Let's
very
see. He
moment
only missed the moments.
exactly. It should be something that he's very good with, but I don't understand. Like the Rumbles that he's taken like control of, which was this 2025 last year's one, the two that Cody won, and I think those are the only ones that he's taken like
I will
control
say
of.
though. I will say though, but that again. That's I think also part of a little problem with the Royal Rumble is one, like sometimes it's just obvious who's gonna win it, and at that
Yeah,
point we're just waiting for it to be over. And it's such a long match when you know who's gonna win and you know
yeah.
what's gonna happen. Like there's not much you can do besides a bunch of surprises. And also, if you don't have those surprises, those
Oh,
returns,
then you're just gonna have to hope that the in ring helps. The in ring is kind of better
yeah.
than,
And how much in ring can you do in a Royal Rumble that makes it like? To be fair, I will give him his credit. He's pretty good at making like and having different small moments, memorable
yeah.
moments. You had the Ricochet Logan Paul springboard thing
Yes, that I
for the
remember. Yeah,
2023 Rumble. Um, so you had that, and then you had the speed thing, and you had the Roman Seth Punk Cena
yeah.
face off, and then everything that happened after. So there's bits about it, but like overall, it just seems like a lot of surprises, and a hot crowd as well is also a big thing. So
That is also,
Rumble's
yeah, that also plays a part. Like if
yeah,
the crowd is not up for it, especially this year. This year I'm
yeah,
actually kind of interested to see what the Saudi Arabian crowd is actually gonna react to. Because it's not like a traditional like American crowd.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, the
So
fact
that
that
is
he's
gonna be,
Saudi stuff from me though, but
I hope it's just not, but they've been doing better with the with the Saudi shows. Oh my gosh, I remember that WrestleMania is gonna be in Saudi next year. Oh, it's gonna be a doozy. But yes,
and it's
let me
nice
move
weather.
on to my next one. We've kind of been stuck on this one too long. Randy Orton heel turn. That's it. A Randy Orton heel turn. How long? I will say, for how long has Randy Orton just looked at the WWE title and just looked at it and done nothing about it? Like for how
Yeah,
long?
yeah, yeah. No,
Like I like the face Randy Orton, right? But it feels like they have nothing for him. When he's a heel, I feel like there's a lot that he can do. There's Cody, there's Punk, there's you can even do Jay if you want to. There's there's a lot that you could do. You could even give him like okay, knowing Triple H, you can even like make him like revive Evolution and make him like the new leader of Evolution, you know? If you
yeah,
want to go the fashion route.
yeah. Like I agree. He's very underutilized. I don't know. He comes in patches. He plays. I mean, he's on the show for a bit, and then he's off, and then he's on it, and then he's gone for a couple of weeks, and then he's back for a couple of months. And I don't know why that is the case, but that is the case. So I agree. Hopefully, he wins overall title finally again, and he finally turns heel because I agree. It's either like with the face stuff, it can work, but because he's so hot and everybody wants to love Randy because he was out for so long, and we thought he's
Yeah.
gonna. So it can work, but they just don't utilize Randy. So either
Like
turn him
at
heel or
all.
utilize
You could
one of the
even
two.
do you could even do Roman versus Randy, but like this time Randy's a heel again. And it's not gonna be the same where it was the big dog, it's gonna be the tribal chief. It works.
Yeah,
It
like
sells.
yeah, honestly, like and it's my biggest thing is again underutilizing him. We don't see him much, and he's not on the show. Like, what is it? It's like Esteban Chelsea, free him, please.
Like, okay, but he probably will be free depending on whoever the coach is next.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
let's not get into that. But yeah,
Anything anything else on your list?
my list. Mm, oh, Kamala Hayes. I just want a good title reign. That's it. Good title reign.
Just a good title reign. We'll see where it goes and then we move on from there.
Yeah,
Like
and keep
the
building
one
on.
thing that I don't want him to be stuck in is a feud with Trick Williams and then they're just tied together for like the rest of the year. Like
Oh,
obviously you could do that,
Paige.
but I don't want them to be like stuck together in a feud, you know, and
That
then
sounds so Triple H.
inevitably they become a tag team again.
That sounds so Triple H though.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay,
You got
I'll
anything
give
else?
you. I've got I've got one more, right? And this one is kind of more speculation and just hope that because obviously the thing is with the world title, you can't put everyone in like the world title picture.
Yeah.
But if you can sneak in like one or two more that have just done everything, like a Sami Zayn, like a Kevin Owens. Okay, Kevin Owens was in that picture. A Sami Zayn just he doesn't even need to win it. He just needs to challenge for a bit. Someone like a Trick Williams, which they did kind of tease, Obafemi, just some new blood in that
Main
that
event.
main event.
Yeah.
Some people for like Cody to like face, and for like us not to have like to be stuck in that whole thing of the vision. Like we genuinely can't be stuck in the cycle of the vision, like time and time again. I'm sick of it.
Okay. Yeah. I also have one last wish. And I just need some space. Triple H. Yeah. Looking at you. You either figure out how to book a main event faction or forget about it. Please. And if another feud goes on for a year and a half, please 3
with no big
matches,
payoff,
no
like
up
especially
match.
after a big payoff.
After why is there a feud after the payoff? How can you have a last man standing match and the feud continue? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
Doesn't make
sense.
sense.
The feud is over. That's what a last man standing match is for. The feud is over. It's done. If you lost, you lost.
Like it's
Focus on somebody
finished.
else. Move on. I'm sick and tired of feuds going on forever and people stuck in a vortex, whether it be in the main event scene, like LA Knight stuck in the Vision vortex when he got fucking where is he about when he got fucking ring off TV.
He'll probably return at the Rumble, to be honest, unless they bring him back too early. But
But also that's the thing. When he returns, guess what he has to do? He has to go back to the Vision vortex
oh
because
gosh,
if he doesn't, then are we
he's
stupid?
not going to be in
Is
the
he?
world title picture. If he doesn't, he's not in the world title picture because there's no space for him just like now. And then what else? The United States, he has already held that at WrestleMania. Intercontinental, maybe you could still do that. I don't know what else you could do for him.
But that for me, those are the two big things, and I will leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay, people, let us know what like is in your wish list. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to both our channels. And yeah, we're out.